In today's video, I'll be reviewing the newest sequel after 9 years, Zootopia 2. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button, also hit that like button. Let's dive deep into Zootopia 2. First off, I do want to mention I have not seen the first one until the very moment, the day before I see the sequel. And I know I'm sort of a mess in most of these important movies back then when Disney was cooking with these animation movies. And that was me, and that was my high school years, so I didn't pay enough attention. But after seeing the first Zootopia a day before watching the sequel, I really adore that movie, and it surprised me in many ways. And going to the sequel, I wasn't sure after 9 years, but 9 years after later, this film manages to surprise me more in many ways. What keeps Zootopia 2 really engaging as far as possible, it retains most of its charm and core relationship of characters and the amazing amount of pop culture references that's referred in this movie more than the first one, which I really adore what they referred to the sequel because there's some certain references in the pop culture references that was surprisingly interesting. One of those scenes in this movie that anyone will be surprised of, it has the Shining reference where a character pops in through a door and doesn't say like the Here's Johnny classic, but it does got the little reference there, as you know what I'm talking about once you see the movie. But I find that pop culture there very unique to this movie. But other than that, Zootopia 2 really retains a lot of the core from the last one that carries on with a new story that keeps the world building very interesting from the most of it. Far as the cores that I previously mentioned, what also keeps Zootopia 1 and 2 really engaging for the most part of the storytelling is its subject matter that's built upon these movies. As we're looking at these movies, it has the animal humanality that these characters share in the real world as far as discrimination and racism that these animals are related to. As far as the first one, it relates to the predators that are being separated to the outside world. And then in the sequel, which really keeps it interesting, you have snakes and reptilians in this one. So it still keeps the refreshing core of the subject themes related to the real world that decepts to what it goes back in the day. I personally love this subject matter, this movie. It did a great job of building its world with that subject matter in the sense. So it's really engaging for the most part. That keeps the sequel really fresh as far as possible. And I really love how Zootopia really works in these movies. The animation really obtains the colorful spotness of this movie as well. I want to give credit to how much 9 years later, the animation is still incredible. Through its world building of this movie, the animation is just very well done for the most, and it's really enjoyable from top to bottom for the most part. I really enjoyed. I love Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde in this movie, both of them back to back in the first one and the second one. Their relationship really carries the emotion of this movie as well as it dissects their relationship dynamically. And for God's sakes, once we get a third film, I hope Disney leads on to building more of this to more romance, because you will get to see a few romance parts in this movie that feels really close, but at the same time, you really want to see this ever happening. A kiss would be just wild, but I don't want to spoil this for those never seen the movie, but it makes you really want to root for their characters so much that you're excited to see where they'll go with the third film if that ever happens. I guarantee they'll announce a third film by this end of this weekend. But if anything, we should have less than 9 years for a third one, and hopefully their relationship grows even more. So after 9 years overall, Zootopia 2 is one of, if not one of the best refreshing Disney sequels in years. The top-notch charm, animation, and pop culture references with its subject realism to the real world's world-building storytelling just keeps this movie just fresh and going and doesn't stop from there. The animals of animations are really enjoyable, and especially the two protagonists, Judy and Nick. I love the relationships like I previously mentioned, and hopefully the third film comes out less than 9 years. I personally have a fun time watching these movies like this, and they're not only just kids movies, but it's good coming age subject realism that really brings the coming age to what decides the world as it goes. And I personally love these kind of movies that really tells the story of the real world to the animation. Zootopia 2 is a refreshing sequel for all ages, and I highly encourage, if you've not seen the second one, watch the first one, go into the second one. You will feel very pleased how much surprising after 9 years, anyone that has ever doubts, this sequel still manages to not only be just good. But at the same time, I don't have a personal favorite because I feel the same way that I personally love both these movies, and they do a great job of all areas department of storytelling of this movie. I'll be giving Zootopia 2 a solid 9 out of 10 and 4.5 stars. If you enjoy this review, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And share your thoughts down below in the comment section on what you think of Zootopia 2, if you've seen it, and which films do you prefer more. Most importantly, I want to let you last. One of you guys stay safe, stay positive. Thanks for the video, guys. God bless. Peace.